Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to How to Make Your Wife Happy and Healthy. Just doing some last minute stream setups here. Let me switch. There we go. Switching over. Settings. Okay, looks like everything is live ready to go. Welcome to How to Make Your Wife Happy and Healthy. So today it's a little early to actually making, well, if you're using a crock pot, it's a little late to be making chili. But if you're going to use a pressure cooker, it's actually a little early to be making chili. So we're not actually going to start with the chili. Instead, we're going to start with the baked potatoes because that actually takes the longest to cook, especially since I forgot to turn on the oven to 350. Okay, there we go. Now we got the oven set to bake at 350 degrees. And that's going to take care of our potatoes. Instead of making you wash and dry the potatoes, I told you they were doing that earlier. So when I did the potatoes, nice skins are on them. What did I do? So I ran them under water and I used my favorite vegetable scrubbing brush. This is how I got all these potatoes ready. Ready for the, well, to either do the french fries I'm going to do. I didn't peel them because I'm going to leave the peels on for the french fries. And baked potatoes, usually you do not peel baked potatoes. So I got these ready to get ready for the baking. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is actually put in the two of the potatoes in for baking. Because sometimes I like to have chili on a baked potato. Sometimes I'd rather have it on french fries. And it really depends. The french fries are kind of like the way for my kids. They're not as interested in baked potatoes. Whereas they're just for happy, healthy wife and myself, I would just make, well, maybe not 6 baked potatoes, but I would definitely do probably 4 baked potatoes for us to have with the chili. Let me put away the vegetable stuff. Alright, so now I also got to get my potatoes ready for the oven. And how do I get them ready for the oven? By seasoning them. We want to season our baked potatoes to make them nice and wonderful. So let's go ahead and season those. Oh, let me turn on my second camera. I want to see if I can get the second camera. I've been trying to set it up. That was part of the reason for the delay. There we go. Second camera so that you can see. It's hard to get so that I can set up so you can see me as well as, I was trying to see if I could do it so you could make sure you can see me in the frame as well as seeing the potatoes. So put the potatoes on the right side over to here. That'll be better for the second camera. So, but then, I can face from here. Okay, so we're good. So I've lined it up well this time. Still working on maybe another time I will set it up even better to get that camera in a better position on the frame. I did shrink it slightly. This is not as good of a camera, this one right here. It's not as good. But it will at least show you a close-up of what I'm doing. Unless you'd rather just look over here. It's easier to give you the close-up over on the smaller camera, because that camera, the main camera is just too far away for the close-up. Anyway, so we gotta get the baked potatoes. Let's get those ready. What do I need? Some good olive oil. And seasoning. Oh, but before I do that, let's go with the fork. So today we're actually going to have a lot of time. Lots of time to just sit and maybe chat, tell some stories. And why is that so? Why is that so? Well, because there's going to be a lot of waiting involved. There's going to be waiting for the french fries. Let's see, baked potato first, then soak the potatoes for the fries. That's probably the better way to go. And then we start the chili. So it just takes a little bit. I'm trying to remember what's the best plate option here. What's the option? So when we set up our kitchen, we have the plates that we use over here. Alright, so we're going to put it in the plate. You're going to get the oil and then the seasoning. There we go. So the seasonings I like are my baked potatoes, and this is why we eat and wash the outside, because if I don't, you won't be able to taste the wonderful pepper, salt, and garlic powder I'm going to be putting on them. See, this is my pepper. That was the salt. I have to refill it soon. I'm using a lot. Here is the pepper grinder. Now, technically, pre-ground salt and pepper doesn't really matter when it's going to be cooked. If you're going to grind it fresh or pre-grind, it's not going to make much difference flavor-wise. But before we get to that, we need to poke holes in the potato. Now, I've never heard or seen of potatoes getting the explosion method, exploding the oven. They've never done that, but just in case, usually poke holes in the potato so that the steam can escape. Now, I have exploded an eggplant before in an oven. Well, it wasn't actually an oven, it was in the barbecue. I was barbecuing, yes, barbecuing the eggplant. Basically just roasting it. For the eggplant salsa, you can see the recipe, that one's on my channel. It's Romanian eggplant salad. Love it to put it on bread, tastes really good. I was roasting it in the barbecue, but I had not poked holes in the skin of the eggplant. And what happened? It exploded. Yeah, I even heard this. It was a big old boom. And there it was, nice and exploded. So I do that just for potatoes. Probably don't need to, but I'm going to. Alright, so now I want to put some oil on them. See, so right hand seasoning, left hand turning. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Some oil, not too much, just a little. That was probably half a tablespoon or a teaspoon or so of oil. And use one hand. This one hand's the one that's going to be messy. And this is why I like the second hand. Second hand right there. So, and this is why I am using these things. If you want fresh ground, and technically you really don't need fresh ground, I just told you, but since I have fresh ground, I might as well use fresh ground. Because what happens is when they get cooked, it's gonna, you're gonna lose the flavor of fresh ground pepper. You'll lose whatever flavor you had created by grinding it fresh when you cook it. But if you salt and pepper foods after, then certainly fresh ground is the way to go. So one of the reasons why I'm using this one, you can also turn it on, flip it over. You can nicely cut it with salt. Turn it around. Nice coating of salt. That's funny. Oh, I forgot. I turn it off before we'll use it again later, so it's okay. The reason why I want to turn it off first before I put it back is because the grains, well, I can show you. There's still some grains in there. If I open it up again, they'll fall out again. Fall out right on my hand again. So that's why you want to turn it off before. But anyway, so that got the salt on it. Now I got the pepper. Turn it on, flip it over. Yeah, lots of spice flavoring. I like spices on my potatoes. So as soon as I turn it off, that way all the pepper that was there gets out. And some garlic powder. Maybe you think there's too much spice on the skin, but it's only on the skin. You don't get any flavor if you take it off the skin. There we go. So these are nice and spiced. Gotta wait for the oven to hit 350 though, but they're ready to go. Second thing we're gonna do, those go in the oven soon. So let me get the spice off my hands for now. And the oil. Stuff that gets cut out. From the regular videos. Washing of the hands, drying of the hands. Alright, so what we got next. So, next what I'm going to do is get the potatoes ready. The French fries. Now these ones actually, I could start a lot earlier, honestly. I'm going to use my favorite tool of all for making French fries. That is this dash safe slice. Now you're going to get to see it up close. Don't need these right now. Move these to the side. You're going to get to see it up close and how it works. This is a great device. I'll put it this way. You'll see how it works. It's a great device for making consistent slices of potato or mushrooms or anything you're trying to slice consistently. This device works really well. We've already washed our potatoes, let them dry. The other thing about the potatoes, After you wash them, you let them dry. Before the baked potatoes, 30 minutes. 30 minutes to let them dry. But these are going to be French fries, which is different. No, these ones you're going to soak. Baked potatoes you want nice and dry. I think this one's big enough. It looks like it'll hold all the potatoes. Okay. But if you're making French fries, you want to soak your potatoes. Get all that starch out so that they will become more crisp. So that's the difference. Baked potato, wash, let it dry, oil it up to get the skin crispy, poke the holes, season it, toss in the oven for an hour at 350, and you're good to go. Depending on the size of the potato. But for these, and so let me make sure I set this up here. So I'm going to open it up. I got to create a beautiful julienne cut, right? So I'm going to open up one of, and you can see I just moved this, rotate this lever right here. Rotate this lever all the way this way. Now it doesn't have any blades. So if I rotate it, oops, sorry, hard to see. My eyes aren't good, so I have to get really close now. Okay, welcome, hello, thank you, hi. Excellent. Joseph. Kitchen gadgets. Yes, I have been acquiring kitchen gadgets. It's mostly because I enjoy kitchen gadgets. Not because that they're better for cooking or whatnot, but I could slice these as fries, but if I sliced them myself, I probably wouldn't get it all evenly sliced, which is why I like to use a little device to help me with that. And actually, a lot of people will use it, something julienne. And this one works really well. Open up one of the slices right there, and then we're going to open up all the way to 8. It's at 0, so you gotta make sure you open it up all the way to 8. So now we have a nice, hard for you to see in there right now, a nice gap, and it looks like, almost there. Looks like a nice box. You can see the blade in there. The blade's coming up right in here, and then you also see the width across is a block. You can set this to as thin as you like. I make it says it's based on millimeters. That's 8 millimeters. So you're doing 8 by 8 thickness. You can go all the way to 0 though. Don't want 0, but you could. All the way down to 0 millimeters. There we go, 8 millimeters. 8 millimeter square. Just, I don't know, it's, don't mind that. All we're gonna do is toss this in. And instantly cut French fries. Nice French fries. Instantly cut. Yeah, there's some light coming in through the window behind us. Hopefully won't mess with you guys too much, but there you go. Instantly chopped French fries. And we're going to soak those in water. Show that. Get some water in there. We're going to soak it. You already see the water is a little white in color. A little white. Because the potato starch is coming off the potatoes. So that's the first one. Put the second one down. And there's a flat, long piece. And that's interesting. Fine, we'll put it in there too. No waste. Alright, let's do another one. Some rogue fries left the counter space, didn't they? They're going to get washed anyway. That's what the water is there for, so it's going to wash them as well. But now we're going to soak these for 30 minutes. Now we're going to soak those fries for 30 minutes. That's all we're going to soak for. Put them all in the water bath. 30 minutes at least. You know, you can do at least 30 minutes. You could have actually I could have cut these earlier if I wanted to, like at 12 o'clock, and just let them sit in the water until I was ready to dry them up. We're just going to let these soak for 30 long minutes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, you're right, Joseph. I do always want to give you links to any gadget I use in case you are interested in buying a gadget for you to have on your own. Actually, I guess I probably should mention it. Anytime you buy a gadget using that link, it actually helps support me. I get a cut from Amazon, as it does say in the link as well. Amazon gives me a small percentage of whatever you buy. So you're getting something for yourself, and I'm getting a small commission. Alright, so that's going to take care of the whole need for the slicer. I don't need that again. One reason I also like the Dash Safe Slice, and you watch the other videos, it's better than what I find some of the other slicers. I like it better than some of the other slicers on the market. The ones you have to use your hand and it goes very close to the blade. That, you never get close to the blade at all. Let me see. I need 18. I probably should. I wasn't expecting the light to be this much of a problem. I thought if I angled the camera, it wouldn't be there. But, it is what it is. So we're going to set this aside too. So those are going to soak. Oh, I heard the oven. I did hear the oven. So now it's time to put the potatoes in. Let them cook for an hour or more in the oven. There we go. And those will be done in an hour. Right, the chili. Yes, it's going to take about an hour to cook. Well, maybe it's not bothering you guys. It's a strong sun. Yeah, it was supposed to be cloudy and rainy today, which was the idea behind chili, because it's great for cold days. Not cold today, but it's not warm either. That's why it was chilly day, because it's nice and cool. Nice and cool. Warm food for a cool day. It's supposed to rain today, though. Or at least early in the week when I set this up, they said it was going to rain. So what's next? Chili. Well, we're going to let the fries soak 30 minutes again on the soaking. Definitely 30 minutes on the soaking. Hi there, Sunny Berry. Let's see. But while we're doing that, let's get out the... The only thing I really wish now is I had a bigger screen for the chat. Someday, actually, yeah, I'll probably get one of those. Alright, so this is what we're going to use. This is a pressure cooker for the chili. Not only is it a pressure cooker, it's one of those one-pot devices. I think this specific company, Mealfy, is no longer selling theirs. I think that's the company that stopped selling their devices. One of the companies that I'm using stopped selling. I'm pretty sure it was this one. I like it. It comes with a little trivet for a steam option. Second ring for savory versus sweet foods. Some people like to do sweet foods in a pressure cooker. I never do. But it's a good option if you need the sweet foods instead. And the inner pot that can come out. This is the key idea. Inner pot, and it has a saute setting. So that's why, Instant Pot was one of the first ones. Ninja has one now. Instant Pot was one of the first ones. They became popular. Then Ninja's like taking over everything. I actually don't have any Ninja yet. This one has a saute function. It has a slow cooker function, but do not ever do that. I have seen the videos. The slow cooker does not actually slow cook. So we're not going to do that. We are going to be browning the meat in there. And today's ground beef. We still do have the sickness. me get some water. Some water. Okay, that'll help. I have to get this out of the way. Second time. Yeah, we're gonna be using this. When I first used to make chili. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, interesting. Oh, I wonder what the other two are. Little pads at the bottom. Usually, when I used to make chili, it was always a chili based on basically using a crock pot. And you can still use a crock pot for chili. In fact, that's what I used to do all the time with my chili. Use a crock pot. That way, you know, you just set it in the morning, let it cook all day. When you're ready for it, just take it out. And that's good too. But more recently, it's like, I don't want to cook in the morning for something in the evening. So with the pressure cooker, it cooks it faster and it still gets it nice, nice and tender, juicy. All the flavors are going to combine together as well. Yes, Joseph, that's right. Always have to keep water by me, at least right now. With this, it's just a cough anymore. All right, but for the onion, I like small onion. Get the board out. I like onions small, but I don't like chopping onions small. So, as you may have seen, Full Star Vegetable Chopper also have. It's another thing. So, like everything that I have, like help support the channel. Like there's also I created, well, because I looked at the Full Star Vegetable Chopper, and because it's one of my more popular videos on this channel. A lot of people like to come by and, or not come by. A lot of people like to search for the Full Star Vegetable Chopper and then see if it's really as everything it came up to be. And I had a great I had a wonderful, I thought, well, I first think it was wonderful. I needed to make a video showcasing the chopper and all the things it can do and what it can't. Because that's what you were probably wondering. And I do get questions on people asking sometimes, how to use it. So I thought, why not just write a book for people who want to use it, explaining how to use it. All the important questions. What vegetables work in it? What vegetables do not work in it? Why does it say no tomatoes? Can you actually use tomatoes in it? You can. And I do so. I usually do so and make pico de gallo. This is the device that I use for that. So I don't always use the vegetable chopper, but I will pretty much say, if I'm chopping onions, I always use it to chop onions. Because we like our onions small. So we like our onions flavoring whatever we're making. Nice onion flavor, but what we don't like is chopping the onion pieces so much. So this one has a small blade right here. And it chops the onions up really finely. So I knew, if you've been watching my channel, you've seen this many times. For almost any dish that's going to use onions in it, you know what comes next. So I slice through I do it in thirds kind of, because you want to slice up the grains. Those grains on it are flat when you put it in the chopper. So the middle section just goes straight in. If you ever watch Epicurious, love that channel. They have a wonderful video with Frank. showing you how to take care of onions. And so he took care of some onions, and then he put in a whole half an onion in the vegetable chopper and then pounded it down. Not the same one that I had. It was a Mueller version. More companies do this, just mine. Then full star. There are others out there. And he was he was actually impressed about how it chopped the onions. I mean, I know the cooking stool style to chop onions, but I would much rather just take a few quick pounds. Not much. You can see there's nothing hardly left in the grates. I can take this one little piece out that was left over. Nothing left in the grates. Easy to wash. Put in the dishwasher. And now we have chopped onion ready to go. And here's the ground beef. Now, usually ground beef wise, I was actually going to use ground turkey because that's commonly what I use. But I forgot to take the turkey out of the freezer. It would have been 2 nights ago. Usually I take them out like a couple nights ahead of time. If I have something frozen, take them out a couple nights early, put it in the refrigerator, let it thaw nicely in the refrigerator until it's ready the day you're going to cook it from the refrigerator. But since that didn't happen, and I forgot about that, I went ahead and bought about 2 pounds of ground beef. So we got a full onion, 2 pounds of ground beef. And our first task is to saute them. And that's where this comes in. Excuse me. And that's actually going to do it for all the prep for the most part. Prepping of vegetables. Everything else is just straight, put in spices, add from the can. Very simple and very tasty chili recipe, I might add, to my tastes. Yes. Yes. Veggies. Yep. Let's see. This one, I have to be careful in my kitchen because if I overload the circuit, that's going to break the circuit, and some of the appliances that we use just won't turn on. I think this one is kind of short. So I already set it up beforehand, but I got to have to come towards you for this. Extension cord, there we go. Alright, so there is. Now I'll move the Mealfy over so you can kind of see what's going on the inside as well. Raise this up. I set this up to raise this up, yes. I actually should have had it up there at the begin with. Oh, that's so much better. I wish I'd done it earlier. Maybe that was too high. Makes a little sound there, say it's open. Let's see. And now we have it set up to saute. I like to go high saute. Make it hot, of course. And we turn on. Now, because this is beef and it's 85% lean, 15% fat, there is no need to add any oil to this pan. I'll look for the on switch, and I forgot, it just turns on automatically. So we're going to let it heat up for a bit. I know there are some times what I do is I'll actually, well, not for this recipe. Because I'm going to probably end up draining the beef in a second as well. You know what, I might as well get that ready. Well, I'm letting this thing heat up, so now I'm going to toss the beef in a cold pan. Although you can, it doesn't matter. Oh, no. It's up here now. Well, I get a grease jar here. This is going to be my grease jar right here. The grease jar. Catches all the excess grease. We're going to have to drain the beef. You don't want that grease going down the sink. It's going to start clogging your sinks. Oh, good. I think the sun is out of the way now. Oh, good. Not coming. Okay, so we avoided the sun. Didn't have to cover it. Should have maybe. But anyway. Adjusting camera 2. there you go. Now you can see inside. Now you can see inside the pot while we start cooking. Not there. There it is. We're gonna need to drain the grease out. This is my favorite way to drain grease too. I know it's another kitchen gadget. A lot of these things are highly unnecessary for your kitchen. I just find them enjoyable, more enjoyable to cook this way. Okay, so it's probably hot enough. No oil. Don't need the knife anymore, do I? No, nothing else can need the knife. Just thinking ahead. So now I can feel the, oh, you can hear the sizzle. Yeah, we're not going to need to add any oil because the beef itself, 15% fat. That's plenty of fat to go in here. In fact, so much we're going to have to drain it. When I do the turkey chili, I'm using turkey meat, and I still have some in the freezer. That one does not need, draining. Because the turkey ground turkey that has so little fat won't be drained. Nice and browning of the beef. You have to let that cook for a while. So while that's cooking, see, how did I get this recipe? I kind of found it. I don't remember how exactly. I mean, my mom used to make a chili that we liked a really lot. And that chili was based 100% on the recipe I gave you. In the description below. I think it should be in the description below. And whenever I have any video in the description below, will always be links to all the items that I use and love and things that help the channel. Even the cookbook if you're so interested in having, instructions on how to use a vegetable chopper, or even recipes that I use in the house with the vegetable chopper. And actually, it does include, does it? I think I might have included chicken empanada recipe that just got released on video. It might not be in there. I don't remember which recipes are exactly in the book, but all those recipes are fit for using the full-serve vegetable chopper. And that's probably why I wanted to make that recipe book anyway, because not every recipe will benefit from that full-serve vegetable chopper. I mean, quesadilla. I am not going to use a full-serve vegetable chopper to make a cheese quesadilla. There is no reason. There's nothing that's going to be chopped. No. The right tool, right job. Certain recipes I would never use. Cereal? No. But then there are certain recipes now that I have that I wouldn't make without full-serve vegetable chopper. Vegetable soup is a common one because I want to have all my vegetables chopped small, so I use a full-serve vegetable chopper for that. Common one. The most common one that I use it for, and I pull out every single time, if I'm ever making my homemade fresh salsa, a pico de gallo style recipe with tomatoes and red onion and which chilies do I use? Don't have any right now. I can't remember the name of them, but a mild chili. I used to use jalapenos, but that got to be too hot for this pico de gallo that I wanted. I usually eat hot foods, but I don't really like the hot raw food. It has to be cooked and spicy. And I'm just not a very big fan of jalapenos. Just don't like their flavor. Oh, the pasilla peppers. That's the one I use for my pico de gallo. Nice, mild, but still spicy enough to make it interesting. The red onion itself also makes it spicy. And then some garlic. Garlic does not go in the full-serve vegetable chopper, though. But yeah, so those go in there, and it makes it so much faster if I just put those vegetables in there, chop them up with a chopper. It takes me 15 minutes to have a pico de gallo ready. As opposed to, I don't want a blended version. I want a nice chunky pico de gallo. But as we're waiting for this to cook, the chili recipe. Yeah, my mom had a recipe, and I think I found it somewhere somehow. I found the chili recipe, or that might have been my mom's chili recipe. I can't remember. It had all the ingredients that they liked in it. 4 o'clock. And so that was a good recipe, and I remember kind of liking their chili. So I decided to make it one day, and just to see what people would think about it. And I mean, it was decent. It was good. It wasn't bad. Actually, I thought it was pretty good because we hadn't had it in ages. You know how it might be? You have a food once and you don't have it for a long, 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 long time. And you have it again, like, oh wow, that was really good. Well, that's kind of happened with the chili. I'm like, wow, that was better than I remembered. And I realized, well, after actually lots of years of having the chili recipe and other recipes with a certain chili in it, I realized why that is. Why I like it so much. And it's all because of these diced green Ortega chilies. Well, I'm sorry, it's not Ortega. Diced green chilies. I believe they're the Anaheim variety. They just call them green chili peppers. You know, these are very mild. I mean, I jokingly said there's 0 on the Scoville scale when I was one of my recent videos. But it's not 0. But they're really mild. They have a flavor that I really like. And that's also in the ham, chili, cream cheese pinwheels. Oh, those are wonderful. Get some ham. Take a tortilla, spread it with the cream cheese, softened cream cheese. Add ham, add these chilies, roll it up, slice it into small little bite-sized pieces. You have a great appetizer. Great appetizer. It was one that's actually another one I got from my mom. She used to make it all the time. Every time at my dad's work there was a potluck. You know, that was when all the people at work would bring food and share around. Every time there was a potluck, invariably, that's what my mom would make for my dad to take. She would roll them up, keep them rolling in the refrigerator overnight. The day to take them, take it out, slice them up to about inch thick slices, spread them on a plate. That's one of my recipes. That was one of my very first ones I did. And you know, we still love it. We still love them. One of my favorite things to do. Sometimes I take it to potlucks. They're a good potluck dish. One reason because, well, when you're doing potluck dishes, you want people to eat your potluck dish. You want to have it nice and bite-sized, so people don't feel ashamed to take a whole bunch. You know, if you have like a whole tamale or huge enchiladas, you know, it's like you're taking a whole enchilada, that's a lot. And maybe you don't want a whole enchilada, maybe you want half an enchilada. It's hard for people to do the half thing, unless they're already cut into half for them. So these pinwheels, they're cut into like the really small round, about this big round, about that high, like little bite size, appetizer size. Which is great for potluck because people don't feel bad about taking 1 or 2 or 3. Because they realize, you know, I'm going to try that salad, I'm going to try this, you want to try different foods? And they're not going to feel like, I'm going to fill up my plate with this, so they'll get a chance to try it. So yeah, those go over really well at potlucks. And I like to make them. They're very tasty. Very tasty. My favorite food to cook. You know, most fun to cook. You know, so like you know, some foods are laborious, like the empanadas recipe that came out recently on video. That one is a labor-intensive food. You know, it takes a lot to make it into. Huh? Caffeine? How are you gonna? What do you want in your caffeine? Huh? You can come in. Help you if your dog needs some caffeine, coffee. Anyway, so let's see. I was talking about the empanadas. We're getting to that. The empanadas, one of the most tastiest dishes I make now. Oh, still remembering that one. I just released a video today. She'll be eating those empanadas. Those are so good. I love those empanadas. Tasty, but it takes a lot of work to make those. And one of my favorite dishes to make, probably because it's quick and easy and tasty, would be I'll give you a breakfast and I'll give you a dinner. The dinner option I would do would be um, pizza. Not the full-blown, make your own dough, roll it out pizza. You know, that takes a lot of work. That's very laborious again. But I like the little, just buy the little naan breads, not like this big, naan breads. I've got those at Costco, or you can get them in, Indian style cuisine stores. Just buy a sauce. Don't even need to make your homemade sauce like I did. Usually we just buy a sauce for pizza sauce. Just buy your favorite sauce in a jar that you found in the grocery store. Grate the cheese, or even if you want to go simple, you can just buy the pre-grated mozzarella cheese, put it on there, chop up some small toppings. Don't use both sides of for that because it's a small. You're not going to make that much. To do that, looks like we're nice and brown here. Spread it all out. Toss in the oven. Actually, you want to do the bread in the oven first. At least they're toasted bread. So make it nice, a little bit toasted bread first to make it crispy. Because if you're just going to put all this stuff on up in the oven for 8 to 12 minutes, the bread will get a little soggy. So you want to toast that up first. Alright, looks like I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. Yeah, that would be my favorite to make. It's pizza. Because it tastes really good. And it's not that labor intensive to make. Breakfast-wise, my current favorite breakfast to make would be, it's whatever meat I have. Usually it's a sausage, or actually usually it's a ham. A ham scramble. And I take the ham and some tomatoes. Cut up the ham and tomatoes into bite-sized pieces. Get some eggs, scramble them up. You first cook the ham. You might have to add some more oil to then cook the egg. Scramble it up. Toss in tomatoes, cook them a little bit, not too much. You don't want them to become tomato sauce, just want them to become warm tomatoes. Once you got those warm tomatoes, then put the ham and egg back in, stir it up. Add some cheese. Now, for Happy Healthy Wife, when we do it in our house, the cheese doesn't get added and melted. The cheese gets added after. But if I was doing it on my own, I'd add the cheese and melt it on top. Put it into a tortilla and eat. Wonderful. So you can see I got a snap and strain strainer here. That's what I put on side the edge of the pot. Because I want to drain without losing any meat. So we're going to drain out all of that. You know, it's always tricky when you're trying to drain off the fat, because that was a lot of fat. You'll notice that the meat is getting caught. The meat's getting caught by the strainer part, and it's just draining off all the fat. Oh, I love this thing. Usually when I'm trying to drain out your fat, you know what I would do? Take your spatula that I'm using and try and hold the meat in. Try and hold back the meat and then drain off as much as I can. Trying to hold back the meat without letting the meat get out. But since I have this snap and strain strainer, I don't need to do that. I don't need to hold the spatula on it. Oh, the reason why you really want to drain out that fat. You don't want to be drinking fat in your chili when you're done. So yeah, a good amount of fat came out of that 85% lean. And so that's what we did there. There we go. So, and I kept most of the meat inside. Didn't have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Didn't have to lose any of it. You know, like if you're using like the spatula so the meat falls out, or if you put it into like a big strainer, because I have a colander, really, then you get all the meat that's just stuck to the colander and it's just stuck there and you can't get it off anymore, and it takes too long to get it off. So yeah, there we go. So that was the way I like to drain my chili. And there's a little bit on there's a little bit here, and I can just put that back here. There we go. There we go. And that takes care of that. Now I have fat. Why do I keep the fat in here? Because this fat doesn't go in the sink. Cause that, well, from history, I guess, it's from when I was my mom. Probably still true. And there's a special spot right in the freezer. It's probably still true. That if you have fat in your sink, it's gonna start clogging up the drain. So that's why usually when you're cooking, you keep the fat out. Okay, so now we've got our nice and brown ground beef, the onions all mixed in. There's only one thing left to do with this chili, and that is put in all the other ingredients. So let me get the other ingredients. Let's see. Pepper, salt, garlic powder? I don't know. This is where I'm going to have to. Now to consult my recipe guide. Yeah, I don't make this off. I have to have this one memorized. At least because there's so many different spices going into a calendar. So I like to use an app called Cozy, C-O-Z-I. It's great. It allows me to keep all my recipes right at my fingertips. So now all I have to do is go to, and every time I go in the kitchen, it's pretty much what I'm using. I just have to go in and look to see what it's got. Onion. Okay. Oh, it's supposed to be 2 cloves of garlic in there, minced. Okay, we can do that. I'd have probably liked to have actually sauteed that garlic, but, you know, what it is. We'll do it now. Oh, I guess I will need that thing then. Garlic's not so bad. Alright, so let's get the garlic ready. Very easy to get ready. Right there. Oh. Bring it closer in again. There you go. It said 2 cloves. 2 cloves. I'll do 2. Then all we're going to do is get the other spices ready, put them in, turn on the machine, and let it go. Smash it so I can get rid of the peel. Smash more than I usually do. Maybe because I pounded it down. Usually I don't pound it like that. Usually it's like this. Nice little, wow, this garlic is easy to crush for some reason. But I'll be honest with you, this is usually how I do garlic anyway. I usually put it in this way. There we go. Okay, now the garlic is ready. 2 cloves of garlic. Bring the pot back. Beautiful. Got more bird's eye again. Perfect. I like to use a cheese grater. There are things called microplanes that people use. This exact same thing. I have a microplane and I have used it. My complaint is it's too sharp. And you know, not because I can grate my own finger here. I'm putting my finger right on the grate, does nothing. I can't even feel it. When I use the microplane, I cut myself once on the microplane. That's how sharp they are. And I don't want to do that again. So I went back to the grater. You didn't even see me use I have a video on the microplane. Grating different things with it. This one didn't get smashed. There you go, 2 cloves of garlic. This is generally how I do my garlic, this grater, because I like my garlic small. So that when it cooks, you don't have any big chunks of it. Especially if I'm doing salsa, this is what I do the garlic. Right in here. Not the vegetable chopper, it's too big. I don't want a big chunk of garlic. I don't want to eat a big chunk of garlic. I do that. thinking again about my most favorite dish to cook. What the? How come that one is? Alright, give me a second here. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. No, it's right. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. Okay, about fun dishes to cook. A new fun dish that I've had a lot of fun cooking. It's not really a pollock dish though. A new dish that I found really fun to cook: cinnamon rolls. Yes, mainly because the cinnamon roll recipe that my daughter found, so good. It is so good. It is so good. We are loving it, and it tastes really good. Good cinnamon roll. So that is the garlic. Next, good. Pull tabs. A couple cans of diced tomato. 20 ounces is what the recipe called for. And this is the recipe that it's my recipe actually. It's been modified based on what my mom had, but I modified it based on my flavors that I like. Good stuff. Alright, next is grain of chilies. Grain of chilies. Sorry, I was just thinking about usually I put out my message brigade when I'm live, but I forgot. No, I put things on Twitter, but people just don't read the Twitter. I don't think they do. Maybe some of you read the Twitter, the tweet. So I read the recipe call for one of these cans, and that for something that's probably enough. Maybe you don't like the green chili flavors as much, but I love the green chili flavor. So I decided to pump up the flavor and add a second can. I almost forgot something too. I'm gonna do something different this chili that I've never done before. And if you're working at home, it's basically about what you like, what you think you're gonna like. Alright, but here you go. Your potato green chilies. These are the chilies. Green chilies. Oh, these are the chilies that we love the flavor of. It really pretty much enhances any dish I make if I add this to it. You like it better. Like the empanada recipe. You'll notice there's a can of green chili in it. That was partly because I know we like green chilies, so I added that to the original recipe I found for empanadas. The original recipe just had chicken, spices, and cheese. No, it didn't have the cheese. It just had chicken, onion, garlic, chicken, spices. That's all it had. The original recipe. But I said, no, I don't want that. I want some vegetables. I'm like, okay, alright. So we added some peas, some corn. I don't think we added green beans. I think peas and corn. But yeah, we can do that. And spinach, that's right. Oh, spinach was good to add too. And I said, you know what? We like that green chili flavor. Let me add some green chili flavor there. And then add the cheese. So, the recipe became ours because we add those things to it that I don't know if people like the enchilada recipe, but I love that enchilada recipe. It tastes really good because the empanadas, if you haven't had them, it's on the outside, it's like a pie crust, basically. Well, okay, there you go. Think of a chicken pot pie. Maybe you've had a chicken pot pie before, maybe not. The Marie Callender's frozen chicken pot pies. It's a nice, crispy, pie-like crust. Or think of any double-crusted pie. Now fill it with the chicken filling that you like. And make it small and bake it. It's the same flaky, crispy crust, and it tastes really good. Sorry, getting distracted a little. Green chilies, some water, cup of water. Sometimes I'm lazy and don't want to pull out thing. This is 8 ounces. That's a cup. Don't want to pull up a cup measurement, so I'll just take out a cup from the cupboard. Really, you ever think about all those measurements we use? Cup of water. What was it in the past? It was a cup of water. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. That's for me to drink in a second. Let's see. Cup of water. See, now I did change the recipe. This used to say 2 tablespoons of mild chili powder. Let me just get the spices out. I know what goes there. Alright, chili powder, paprika, cumin. Let's get the kashmiri. Add some heat. Alright, so here I think I got all this. Oh, yeah, and pepper and salt. Yeah. I'm not doing kidney beans. There's only one reason I'm not doing kidney beans, and that's because Happy Healthy Daughter and Happy Healthy Son do not like beans in their chili. I like them. If it was just me and Happy Healthy Wife, there would be beans in this chili. There would be kidney beans. No, there would be pinto beans is what there would be. I like the pinto beans. I should change that to pinto beans, because that's really what I like, is pinto. For me, the kidney beans, the outside's a little too hard. They're okay, but it's just the casing's a little too hard for me. I don't like them as much as a good pinto bean. Nice, soft pinto bean inside the chili is really good. Let's see what we got it. Let's see. A teaspoon of mild chili powder. You think I'm actually going to measure? No. So when I'm doing real life home cooking, I mean, there's a recipe that says a teaspoon of chili powder. Okay. Let's see. Teaspoonish. That was about a teaspoon. I always want to, yeah, see, that's not my favorite smell. I like paprika much more. The fragrance, the flavor. So it doesn't say paprika. It used to say 2 tablespoons of chili powder. So I started to do like some chili powder, but mostly it became add some paprika. It's like a tablespoon of paprika or so. You know, that's how think of a tablespoon. Where did that come from? A tablespoon. Think about your soup spoon on the table, right? That is like a tablespoon, right? That's your tablespoon. A teaspoon. Those are the small teaspoons back in England. We don't do teaspoons in America. Those are those really small spoons. So like a teaspoon, a tablespoon. That's where that came from. Then they standardized it later. 2 teaspoons of salt. All right, so salt, sugar. I'm going to put it into my hand. Off to the side. I'll tell you why in a minute. 2 teaspoons, huh? 2 teaspoons. Yeah, there we go. Oops, I forgot. Turn it off. Shake it up. Alright, 2 teaspoons. So that's about 2 teaspoons of salt. I think since the salt's going to dissolve, it really doesn't matter that I'm using fresh ground salt. It's going to dissolve. And then, 2 teaspoons of cumin. Yeah, I'm not measuring this. I know about what 2 teaspoons of cumin will look like. Or I know how much cumin we like. That looks pretty good. Nice coat on top. But you follow the recipe, it'll make a tasty chili. Now I love the cumin flavor. Happy Healthy Daughter doesn't like the cumin flavor as much as it used to. Oh, and this is Kashmiri chili. This is what is commonly used on tandoori chicken. The Indian tandoori chicken, yes, that same one. And this one, I think it lost its either A, it lost its spiciness by not being fresh anymore, or B, I've gotten a tolerance to it. I don't know which it is. But I always use the small shaker. I'm not going to put too much in this because, well, let me tell you. I put in a tablespoon of this in that chicken recipe. Oh, no. The original recipe, when I first did it, was a tablespoon and a half of this Kashmiri pepper. And we have the extra hot stuff. So maybe there's stuff that isn't so extra hot. We have the extra hot stuff. And what happened? Oh, my God. We had trouble eating it. It was just so hot. It was just so hot. It was great flavor. I'll come back. Let me put the spices away. Okay, there you go. Now you put the spice. Let me grab a little sip of water here, huh? Good, good. All right, now we're just gonna mix all those spices together. Anyway, the Kashmiri pepper. We put a tablespoon and a half in that chicken dish. For 8 chicken drumsticks, it was chicken drumsticks. We put that in. We cooked it. You know, it was with the yogurt sauce and all the stuff that you do for tandoori chicken. And the flavor was wonderful, but I had trouble eating it. It was just really spicy, really spicy. So, and after that, we decided, wow, that was really hot. But and so after that, I toned it down. I did a half the tablespoon the second time. And it was a little too mild. Tasty, a little too mild. Then I went back to a tablespoon. We do the next few times I did tandoori chicken drumsticks. A tablespoon. It was pretty good at tablespoon. But so now I use it from time to time. And yes, it does make things spicy. Maybe I wonder if I just use too little of it to feel like it's really spicy anymore. Because no, it was really spicy. I was just dying in there. Alright. So now you could taste your chili, but the spices haven't really mixed. You're not really gonna taste much but powdered spices and water. It's not very appealing. So, but oh, I forgot. There was one thing I was gonna do. Something different in this chili. So that's good. That's wonderful. That is a well-seasoned, beautifully flavored chili. But I got these roasted red bell peppers left over. And one thing that happens with these things, we like them in certain dishes. Like the reason I use them is for when I do my barbecue, and this is part of the cheese sauce I put on the burgers. But what happens is if I don't use them, they mold really fast. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna chop them up and put them inside with the green chilies. So now that's also got me thinking. I was realizing, the kids did like this red chilies. They did like it in the cheese. That had a flavor that they liked to the cheese. And I was thinking, but you know what flavor we like even better? If I need a fork. You know what flavor I like even better? The green chilies. The green chilies from the can. So I'm thinking next time I do the cheese, yeah, this is a lot of chili, I know. Next time I do the cheese, I'm gonna try instead of using. I was gonna let my fingers are not long enough. Maybe I'll just use instead of these chilies, I use the green chilies in the cheese. I did one time use the really hot, because I didn't have the red, but I wanted still the cheese with the chilies in it. That's what I have. That's a lot of chili. Am I going to really put all of this in there? A lot of peppers. Huh? A lot of roasted red bell pepper. Well, I know it'll be good whether I do it or not, but not all of it. Let's get some of it. I don't want all these bell peppers go to waste. I had another dish actually planned to do with these red bell peppers. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can do it on pizza. Add them to pizza. That's actually pretty good. Add it to another chicken dish that I have. The Tuscan stuffed chicken. You can add these to that, along with the sun-dried tomatoes. You don't want to just waste them. And they do mold pretty fast. They can't stay for like 2 weeks at all. So I had another dish planned, a vegetable dish with cheese, feta cheese, but then jalapeno fidata and I both got a little sick there. Jalapeno fidata. No, you can't see that. Jalapeno fidata When she gets sick with a cold, she doesn't want any milk products. Because the old having dairy induces mucus. More mucus, more phlegm. So we didn't do any milk products. So I couldn't make that dish. Because she doesn't want anything with cheese in it. Even turned down last night. Oh. So we had some clam chowder. Even turned down, and she likes clam chowder. Turned it down. You know, her favorite thing, she eats cheese all the time. She loves cheese. But, shoot. Alright, we're gonna do that. She loves cheese. But even though she loves cheese, she just wasn't gonna have any dairy. No dairy in the mornings either. No dairy before singing. No dairy. All these little dairy things. No dairy, no dairy, no dairy. Oh. Yeah, let me see. Little smell test. That's a lot more though. I'll have to see if I can find another dish to put this in. Pasta dish or something. That's just too much. That's the problem. I mean, you don't want to waste them, but alright, so we're gonna put them back in. Put them back in the refrigerator. I just got to use a half more of it. Don't want to waste it. You know, these things are kind of expensive, actually. I think I might just do the canned chilies, because those. I use the whole can anymore. I'll probably start using that instead. I bet that'd be a wonderful substitute. Anyways, we'll put that back. Alright, stir that up. Okay, so now with the pressure cooker, I think the recipe I had there for you said 25 minutes in the pressure cooker. Maybe 25 minutes it said. I don't remember exactly. I'm going to set it at 35 for a specific reason. I mean, you could get away with 25, honestly. I'm going to set it at 35 for a reason, just because I wanted to go a little longer. No other reason at all. 25 would be fine. For the french fries. Now, let a little more in on that. Why am I doing this for 35? Because the french fries, when I start them in the air fryer, yes, we use an air fryer for french fries, they're going to take 30 minutes. And I know how the air fryer works for french fries. They're going to take 30 minutes. So when I put them in, it's going to take 30 minutes to get them done. And I know I said that you taste the chili now at this point. You're going to taste powdered chemicals with the cooked meat. But I'm still curious. 2 types of peppers. Let's try. Just curious. Cold too because the water was cold. No flavor. Tingles haven't gotten in yet. No flavor. Alright, so we're going to cook this now. So let's put the lid on. Boom. This is the catch oils. Okay. Now what we do, I'll show it from this one. Get it closer. So we set the pressure cook. 19's not enough. And we put it up to 35 minutes. And we hit start. No, we do not hit start. That's right. With this pot, you just put the timer on and wait. And then there it goes. Thank you, Joseph. I tried a lot of commentary skills. Actually, today is a lot more commentary than other days because today it's going to be a lot of wait time. So let's see. Yeah, it's definitely been at least a half hour for those fries. So we're going to drain them and dry them. So this thing will be going. What's happening now is this is heating up. Heating up inside. Make sure, okay, it's on sealing. It is heating up. It's going to heat and heat and heat and heat and heat. And the pressure is going to build up. Once the pressure is correct, then that 35-minute timer is going to start. Now will be the timer. So while that is working, so what I'm going to try and do is get these fries ready by the time this thing is in its pressure cooker phase. So because this is going to take 30 minutes, this is going to take 35 minutes was in pressure phase. So we're going to get those french fries ready. So let's move this out of the way now. You know how that one's going to work. Leave that one up there. You can, let me turn it towards you so you can see nothing. Okay. Now let's get the fries ready. So we have to do the fries. Grate them. And I have used that snap and strain strainer on these fries before. It does work. Works on pots like you're doing pasta. I'm not really trying to sell you anything. I'm just saying it. I love this device. Look at that. Snaps right on. So now when I drain my potatoes, they're not going to fall. Usually I'm using my hand to keep them from falling. Not good enough to drain them though, just to drain them. We don't want to just drain them. We want to dry them. We want to dry them, definitely. Now this is not for the slices. Wet there. So I'm getting the paper towels ready. You can use kitchen towels as well. Dry them. I know I'm gonna need a couple layers. All across. Yep, all across. Don't need this anymore. See the oil, see those two? And the garlic powder. And the paprika. Sorry about that. Forgot I had one more use for the paprika and garlic powder. And then, well, I think I have salt and pepper need more use. Last use for them. Now I'm just going to lay them out. And you want the fries to be dry. So yeah, I wanted them soaked. Absolutely wanted them soaked. Now I'm going to put them in the air fryer. And what does the air fryer need? Dry french fries. No water. No water. Water is the enemy. Water is what makes them soggy. You want dried french fries with oil on them because the oil is what's going to crisp them up. Now, I will be 100% honest with you. And people will try and tell you otherwise, but don't let them sway you. If you do it ever buy an air fryer, it is not going to replace fried foods in terms of flavor. And if you have real french fries, like a McDonald's french fry that was fried in oil, you will not have that oily texture and feeling. Or as the main one, the big one I'm going to think about, fries, not so much. The fries are actually in air fryer really good. You know, the fries do really well in air fryer. It's one of the great things about the air fryer is the french fries. But if you wanted fried chicken, your fried chicken in your air fryer, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, even if you spray oil on the top, even if you add oil to your whatever the top coating was, it is never, ever, ever going to be the same as KFC chicken. Don't let anybody tell you different. Good? Sure. Maybe it'll be good in the air fryer. I'm not saying the chicken won't be good, But if you want that greasy KFC fried chicken or Popeye's fried chicken or yeah, Happy the daughter doesn't like KFC anymore. She used to think it was okay. Doesn't like it anymore. Popeyes or any other fried chicken. What other big chains are there around here? Let me see. There's KFC, Popeyes. Speaking of fried chicken, I thought there was more than just that. Hmm. Or if you want, deep fried chicken nuggets, I'm telling you, there is just no substitute for the actual fryer. I did if you look at, I have a video on air fryer. I did fish, right? So or fish, deep fried fish. You know how you might have fish and chips? That's deep fried fish, breaded fish and deep fat fried. There is no way you can imitate that flavor, that crisp, that crunch with an air fryer. It just doesn't exist. It's a different cooking method. You're cooking with air, you're not cooking with oil. So no matter what people say, you try to taste test yourself. Don't take my word for it. You try it yourself. Find somebody with an air fryer. Now, I'm not saying air fryers are bad. I like my air fryer for certain things. It's a small oven, is what it is. It's a small oven. So fries, you can see the fries are on the, laying them all out. I roll them all up. This is how I'm going to dry them the best I can. I'm not going to leave them out. That's got some time though. So what's going to happen is the multi-pot, the Instapot, it's going to heat up. You're going to start hearing steam come out of it. I can hear the bubbling, so I know it's working. You're going to start hearing the steam start to come out of it. That'll happen for a while. And then the steam's going to stop. Because a little red dot, you can't see it from there, I know. There's a little red dot right there. It's going to pop up, and it's going to lock in the pressure. And once that happens, then I need to have my fries ready. Oh, I need that thing back. By the way, these fries, okay, so they're not going to be as good as McDonald's fries. They won't be. But I'm not a person who wants to spend the effort to make French fries at home. I'm not going to make French fries at home. That's not me. I feel like it's a little more effort. I'd rather just buy French fries rather than cook them at home. If you're going to put them in oil, it's just too much effort. This air fried French fry, it's actually good. Let me see. I'm going to equate these to In-N-Out fries that aren't greasy. And if you've had In-N-Out fries, you probably, if you're on the West Coast, you've probably had In-N-Out fries. And you kind of know their texture. They're not McDonald's textured fries. McDonald's is a very specific, tasty and golden and crispy fry. So you're not going to get a fry anywhere near that. But you'll get a fry kind of like In-N-Out fries, but dry. Not very greasy. Then putting the fries back in the bucket. Because before we put them in the air fryer, we got to season them. Yeah, not afterwards. No. Do not season them afterwards. Because they're going to taste really good with seasoned before. Because there's no oil for the salt to hold on to after you've air fried them. Because these are not deep fried. So now if you're deep frying French fries, of course you put the salt on afterwards. Because you put the salt on before, it's going to be lost in the oil. The oil's going to soak up all that, whatever flavor you put on them. These are air fried French fries. Whatever seasoning you want on them, aside from ketchup, you got to put into the fry before you cook it. Yeah, I mean, no, it's still certainly not going to be like a real fast food French fry. It's okay. They're still going to be, these are still really tasty. Still really tasty. Okay, so there we go. So we dried the fries best we can. Because water is the enemy to the air fryer. Actually, when you think about it, water is the enemy to deep frying too, because water and oil don't mix. The water will keep your food from getting crispy in an air fryer. It'll be steaming your food, and it won't be drying it out, because that's what the air fryer is supposed to do. There's lots of videos on air fryers and what they are and how they are little mini convection ovens, because that's what they are. They are actually ovens. They are not frying food. They are ovens. But they do a really good job in certain cases. Molten lava cake, wonderful in air fryer. Brussels sprouts, oh yes, please. The Brussels sprouts we have for the air fryer is very good. Ooh. French toast sticks, they're good in the air fryer. But they're not the same. And what else to do in the air fryer? That's a lot. Oh, if you just want to fry your fish, it's good. Good, it'll work. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're understanding what I'm doing here. I'm glad it's being helpful. Glad you're enjoying how I'm describing what's going on here. Okay. So let's see. So this thing, you can hear it steaming up. Let me bring it back a little bit, so you can kind of see what's going on. Okay. No. Here's the red button that's going to pop up. You can't really see it from this angle, but there I can see the steam just rising up. You can kind of hear it too. So it's going to keep doing that. While I was doing that, I got to get air fryer ready. Air fryer. So while I season my fries, I can get the air fryer up and going. Oh, that's the only thing about this. Or not long enough. All right. I gotta rethink my second camera for a second here. Okay. Alright, so let me heat up. You may have seen this air fryer before. Let's just do this. We'll come back to this. So this is one of my two air fryers. This is the Coastery. This one's better for French fries. So to heat up, you hit the preheat button. It's about 5 minutes there. And you hit play. And so now this is going to take 5 minutes and preheat at 400 degrees. You can't see that 400 degrees, but it says 400 degrees. So preheating is helpful. So you may know or may not know, I have two air fryers. I have a Coastery right here, which is the basket version. It's almost popped. It's a basket version. It's got a basket right here. Okay, the red button is popped on the meal feed. So it's going to beep in a second. I'll bring it back. Have a chance to see it. Right here. It's going to beep. It's going to turn on the 35-minute timer. So the Coastery actually works better for fries. That's why I'm using this one. I have the other air fryer, which I use for fish. Pretty much everything else I use the other air fryer for. But for fries, for some reason, I don't know why, the air fryer here, the Coastery, works 100% better on the fries. For some reason, the other air fryer, it just doesn't get them crisp. I don't know why. They're still kind of soggy and whatnot. But let's get, well, this one's still, let's get this one ready for the fries. Oil, let's see, I'm going to say it's about a tablespoon and a half or so. This was 4 potatoes, small-ish potatoes. That was about 1.5 tablespoons. And we need some salt. Salt them up. The amount of salt. Do I have a recipe? I probably do have a recipe. I guess that's about tablespoon salt. Oh, there was the beep. Now it should have a 35-minute timer right there. It should say 35 minutes right there. And then it's going to cook for 35 minutes. It's going to beep again saying, I'm done. You're ready. It's cooked. And it is cooked. Then I can quick release the pressure, or I can just let it slowly dissipate. And it's up to you. It keeps it on, and it'll keep it heated up until you're ready to serve it. Since we're on a cooking show, I'm just going to open up right away and we're just going to clean it. Alright, so that was the salt. So I did about a tablespoon or so of salt, tablespoon and a half. Salt to your preference. These are 4 potatoes. Now let's do some pepper. I don't know, how much pepper you like. I kind of like about, it's probably a half a tablespoon or so. 4 potatoes. And, okay, it's funny. The only reason why I'm actually using paprika here, the only reason why I'm using it is the color. Because when I see the color distribution, this red color of the paprika, all of the fries, I'll know every fry has gotten the same seasoning. So I add some paprika. Except for the pepper. Probably about I'm going to guess a teaspoon. I'm guessing. And then garlic powder. We love our garlic powder. So I'm going to guess about a teaspoon-ish. Maybe that's a teaspoon and a half. Anyway, season to your own taste, your own likes. That works well. Okay. And then we're going to mix them all up. And again, the paprika, it does add some flavor. Don't be dismayed. I did say I didn't do it, but I'm not doing it for the flavor. As you can see the fries right now, some are red, some are very white. Not sure whether you can see it on this camera, but some are more red than others. So the spices haven't mixed very well. So that tells me I need to mix some more. Oh, here you go. See, look at that. Some of those are like completely white. Yeah. So that paprika, it's kind of like my way of determining whether or not the salt and there's salt in there, not really the pepper so much because pepper's black, but in the garlic powder, did they get mixed in? Now, of course, not 100% foolproof, but I'm kind of sure if everything was kind of reddish in the same manner, same way, then they're probably really well done. Well, they're probably evenly seasoned. Not even that. Evenly coated. Evenly coated. Ooh, beautiful sunset outside. Ah, perfect. Good timing. Yeah, it's probably been a little over an hour on those baked potatoes. I know. But it's at 350. It's fine. Maybe I thought I forgot about the baked potatoes. No. Alright, so these look pretty well evenly coated now, mostly. Except for some really small pieces. So we take out the basket. And then we dump in the fries. You'll hear the sizzle sizzle. This is also bigger than on the other air fryers basket. It's bigger, so it holds a lot more. So that's probably good. So now we're gonna shove it back in. I want to shake it periodically. Now this thing was warming it halfway through to shake it, but that's not good enough. I'll be honest with you, that is not good enough. Halfway through is not good enough. All right, you can't really see the numbers real. I know it's 350 and 15 minutes. We're gonna click on the fry button for French fries. Looks like a McDonald's cup of fries. It says 300 for 25 minutes. I like to change the time to 30. You can always stop it earlier, but it's hard to add time. And I found that 30 minutes is a pretty good amount of time for these fries. Comes out well. I'll probably take out about 10 and shake it, and another 10 and shake it. Look at the fries, see how it looks. And it would beep at 15 if I didn't do that. Whoops. Hit the wrong button. Okay. Time, there we go. Boom. 30 minutes, hit the play button. And now we're going to hear the closery air fryer go. Let me rinse off my hands, put this bowl in the sink. So the way clostery works, it's going to beep in 15 minutes because that's halfway time done. 30 will beep in 15. That's a good thing. Reminds you to shake it up. But I have found that you want to shake it up more often than that. So about 10 minutes. I mean, when it says 20 minutes, so in 10 minutes I will shake it up. Because it's going to get, so what happens is, the fries on the top get more of the air on them. Because the air is blowing down from the top. So the fries on the top are going to get crisper. And the fries on the bottom are going to be like that. How can you describe it? Basically uncooked fries. It'll be like you're uncooked, not really cooked, just kind of warm fry. So you gotta shake it up and get those uncooked bottom fries to the top, so that the air will continue to kick them out. And the fuller the basket, the more times you have to shake it, the longer after the time. But the 4 potatoes, those are small. I think those are pretty small potatoes. Well, not that small, but medium small potatoes. They were russets, by the way. They're still going to take about 30 minutes. Alright, so we'll take that away from you. You know what? Oh yeah, I still need one more thing here. One more thing we're going to do. But you know, we're not really wanting to do it now. Don't even want to take it out yet. So basically now we got 30 minutes to wait for, let's check the potatoes. I checked the potatoes. They are beautifully done. I knew that was going to happen, by the way. I knew those potatoes would be done because it's done. So what I've done is I've turned off the baked potato oven to let them keep warm. They are, I need to keep them in there for a while. They'll be fine still. Keep them warm so that they'll melt the cheese nicely when we go on. Actually, we put the chili on, then the cheese, and the sour cream. I do have sour cream and cheese, but it's way too early to get that ready to go. Let me look at the timer. Yeah, 28 minutes here. Oh, look at that. Times are pretty well. They both say 28 minutes. They're both being done at the same time. The chili I can just let sit while I will handle the french fries. Wow, 30 minutes ago. Yeah, so the baked potatoes are going to be fine. They'll be done. They'll be ready. They're ready to go right now. You can break one apart. So usually I wouldn't have put them in this early. But, you know, we're cooking together. So I wanted to make sure I had the potatoes in and going before I started this. Actually, I thought it was going to be a good time because those take an hour or so to cook. I know the french fries take an hour to cook because 30 minutes soak, 30 minutes in the air fryer. It's about an hour, probably like an hour 10. It's not much time to do the work. And then the chili, I knew it was going to take about an hour or so to prepare. So while the fries were soaking, I could do the 30 minutes on the chili for like another 30 minutes. By the time it didn't happen, as I, so basically I thought it would be done by now. But things never work out that way for me. It always takes longer than I planned, and especially if I'm recording a video of making some food. Then, add an hour to whatever time I think we need to start. So if I think I'm going to be done by 5:30, I'm going to start at 4:30. Now I start at 3:30 because I have to set up the equipment. I have to make sure I'm recording as I'm preparing the foods, and maybe, well, anyway, that adds a lot of time to actually preparing the foods. So if you're doing this on your own, right now, what would you do right now? Sit back, relax, watch some TV, watch some Netflix, find some YouTube videos to watch, whatever you like, right? Anyway, so it's another 25 minutes. Yeah, so now it's the waiting game. And I do have cheese and sour cream to get ready. When I eat my chili, I like to have some saltines with my chili. Something starchy. But since today I've got the fries going, chili cheese fries, I'm already thinking about how good that's going to be. chili cheese fries. I do really like the chili cheese fries I made last time. They were really good. You know what? Oh yeah, I don't need this. So I'm gonna turn off the second camera for now. There you go. Yeah, you don't need the second camera right now because it's just watching these two things do their thing. Maybe you can. I'll turn this one. And I can see the timer. Where's the main camera? There. I put it right there. So you can see how it's going. So yeah. So it's okay. I knew this was gonna happen. I had some plans. I had thoughts. Yeah. So what was the other chili chop? So as you notice, I modified that chili recipe I have in the description below. You know, I'm always modifying recipes, trying out something slightly new. In this case, I was going to try out a slightly different chili recipe. Because I added those red bell peppers, the roasted red bell peppers. See how that's going to affect the flavor. Maybe I'll like it better, maybe I won't like it as much. See, that's where you just think about different foods, things you've eaten, how things change. I mean, just last night I was thinking about the chili recipe. I was thinking, yeah, I guess I have to add the red chili peppers. I couldn't get them in the other recipe I was going to put them in. Just now let's put some in the chili, see what happens. And I realized, wait a minute. You know, we really like green chilies better. Those little green chilies, they're a lot better. I actually wasn't thinking about it. Like a tiny Q&A you might have, so let me just check. Even if I read this one, actually. Yeah, nothing reason. Okay. You know, if you have any questions or anything, just pop in a question. So we're still waiting another, 3 minutes. Then we'll take care of this for a bit. Then we got another 10 minutes to wait. Then we get some water. But although you can't really see the water I'm getting back there, I am getting some reverse osmosis water. If you have a chance to install a reverse osmosis water filter in your house, connected to your tap, it really is really good water. You lose all the tap flavor. It tastes like bottled water, honestly. It tastes like straight pure bottled water. If you look at in the bottled water that says reverse osmosis on it, you know, every bottle of water you buy will tell you how it was filtered. And anyone that says reverse osmosis on it, that's the flavor of what I have that comes from the tap. Because we have a reverse osmosis filter. It is really good. It's great too, is whenever you're cooking in a pot, I don't even notice when you cook with tap water in a pot, eventually you get like that white residue, at least in our area, because we have hard water. You get that white residue from all the minerals that are in the water. And, you know, that isn't very good. So, it's nice to have this clean water that tastes very good. So, I don't have to buy any bottled water because I just open my tap and I have reverse osmosis filtered water. I don't remember how much it costs to install it. And I don't remember how much the filters cost once a year. I'm going to guess we pay somewhere between, we have somebody come out and replace the filters about once a year. I don't remember the prices offhand, but I'm going to guess anywhere between $50 to $150 to replace it. That's once a year. So think about how much the bottled water costs. Okay, that's probably more expensive, I'll be honest. That's probably more expensive, but how often do you drink bottled water? And I can just grab bottled water from the tap every single day. I mean, you know, like think about every time you drink a tea, every time you like make your own coffee, you could be using, you know, do you use a bottled water? Probably not. You're probably using tap water. So I mean, if you want to have more beautiful, great tasting osmosis water, you know, it might be worth the investment. I mean, it's up to you. Okay, now I can get rid of the spices now while we're waiting. bag back. Becomes a trash bag later. The oil back. Alright, so let me move this aside a bit. Okay, this aside a bit. Oh, it smells good. Make sure it's still on the ceiling. Okay. Shook a bit so this steam found a bit. More than hot though, so I'm good. Oh, good. At least today, I'm not so much delayed. I mean, last pizza week, it was funny. I was looking at my feed because I have the feed here, so I see live on my other feed, and it was a good 5 minutes late. We were done eating. We said our goodbyes, and there was still 5 minutes left in the video to finish. But I digress. Here we are at 19 minutes, so I didn't do exactly 10, but I wanted to actually get the second camera going again, so you can see this better, closer. There we go. Okay. Back in. So 19 minutes. We're gonna take it out. You can see the fries there. The top ones are looking pretty crisp, but if I go down to the lower ones, I'll use a chili spoon for it. You can kind of see the lower ones are not really cooked very well. The ones that are in the midst of all the potatoes. Like this one right here. That one right there. Not really cooked as well. So, we're going to shake it up. I'm going to take it out like this and shake it. And so you take some of the ones that were not very cooked very well, move them to the top or the bottom, out of the middle. And that gets them into a position where they can cook better. Put it back in. So that's the I know the small one can't see. That's a 19 minutes still, 380 degrees. Starts right where it left off. Beautifully done. So we got another 10 minutes here. There's something else I was going to talk about. So we talked about the water. Cooking. Water. Stories. Let's see. So the chili recipe. You might know, Happy Healthy Daughter has helped out in the past. In fact, it was the very first video I want to say that I ever made on this channel. Long time ago. If you want to look at all those old videos, go ahead. They don't get much playtime, but they're fun. They're a trip. They're back when I was kind of modeling maybe after Good Mythical More or some of those other YouTube channels back when the big thing was more of kind of like entertainment, like think like your old TV shows. That's what YouTube used to be. Like your YouTube channel, you had like your little intro, you had your music for your channel, you had all that stuff going on. That's what you had, and so that's how I started off the channel. That'll be good. I liked all, and I enjoyed all that stuff. But then I started doing, looking at some research videos on how to grow your channel. Lots of good channels for that. One that I really like is vidIQ. They do a lot of good stuff. Channel Makers, another channel I've watched a lot to help understand, what drives YouTube's audience, how to find your right niche, how to find people, things like that. How to get people to watch your videos, things like that. I don't really do so much of the how to get people to watch your videos, but if you go back and listen to those older videos, I think you might admit, like if you look at the latest one I just released, I would hope you think it's a better quality, more entertaining, more enjoyable to watch than, say, my first videos. I hope you would think so. I think it's doing all the research, learning like different editing techniques, changed my editing styles, changing camera angles, and I look at the old videos, some of the camera's quality is not very good. It's always been cell phone camera for the most part. This isn't a cell phone camera I'm on right now. Thanks for all your supporters. Now that I've got 1,000, able to upgrade some equipment. So hopefully you might realize that the color from my current camera is better than a cell phone. I mean, that's really the big difference, and it focuses better too. So So that's kind of the big improvement. Thank you to all those who have supported, and I made that part possible. So as we keep growing, we'll get more things. But so I've added some different things, different elements. From the very beginning, it was like I didn't do very much editing in the videos. Mostly I just sped up the video. So we would see like 20-minute videos, 30-minute videos when I first started. I thought, hey, entertainment. I spent a lot of time on that opening intro. If you ever look at the very early ones that I haven't edited out yet, there's a really long intro. Kind of like your old TV shows. Where you have like the Three's Company, or, well, that's not one of you guys, was it? Seinfeld? Seinfeld didn't really have much of oh, Everybody Loves Raymond. You ever watch that show? There's always, the opening intro. There's a song that they play. You just watch that, and it's like it introduces all the people in the show. So that was kind of like the old style, So it's kind of, what did that sound? Put it on YouTube. But going to the channel makers and vidIQ, realizing, oh, yeah, that stuff doesn't really draw people. And what people should do is just skip those intros. So after a while, actually, I thought after a while I was watching my old videos, like, man, that intro is so long. So now what I started was I made a new intro, much faster. Even that one's too long, honestly. I mean, now when I watch other people's YouTube videos, the same thing. I'm just like, I see the intro, and if it's really short, I'll let it go. But if it's too long, I just skip over. I don't want to watch your intro. What I want to watch, I want to come here for the comment, not the comments. I come here for the information. It's like, and sometimes I do watch Good Mythical more. At least their intros have gotten really short. But Good Mythical Morning. But sometimes I'll watch their videos, and so I will, if they're doing a long intro, skip it. I mean, they have a nice style, and it's really good, and people enjoy it. It's kind of like, you have certain things you do every single time, that make things enjoyable if you watch it repeatedly. But, if you want to get views on YouTube, you can't do all those intros and make things like that, because that's not what's going to drive people to watch your video. Most people are going to watch if you're selling or you're entertaining. So that's why currently now, if you go back to old videos, some of them I've actually edited. Now, if you're not sure YouTube works, so I do all the editing offline, and you upload a video. You can actually edit in YouTube as well, but most of it is you can cut out stuff. You can't add stuff to an old video, but you can chop things out of it. So you go back to some of my older videos where there used to be a couple things. There used to be the shout out. I used to have shout outs to people. Inside the video, I would have, please put this in the comments so that people who don't watch the ending are confused about why are they writing that in the comments. So I did some games like that, but that didn't really drive any audience, so we cut those out. It's just stuff that people didn't watch anyway, so I just cut out the stuff that people don't watch. So when you go back to the older videos, if it's one that I feel is still valuable, that stuff's been cut. But I will tell you, I am working on, I have recorded, and it will be coming out, a newer version of some of my older videos. So I have an old video, I don't know if it's called cheese-getty or it's called baked spaghetti on the channel. It's probably, actually I know what it's called. It's not my daughter's favorite recipe. Or my daughter's favorite dinner. Or something about my daughter's favorite. Something like that. At least that's what the thumbnail probably says. And I've also got my edits of my old thumbnails too. To the newer styles, which are better. But so there's that old, my daughter's favorite recipe. I redid it. Because that video is just kind of not very good. So I want to go back and re-record some of my older videos. Then I'll get rid of the daughter's favorite recipe video. Maybe, I don't know. I'll probably leave it up to reactions. But will have a newer version of it, and that'll be good. Where are we at? 12 minutes left. We're getting there. Yeah, I was working on those things. Just some things to keep me timing over. Yeah, I've done a lot of watching and looking to see how to improve the YouTube experience for you guys. Trying to see things I can do. What are some ways I can boost this? Boost the what do I want to say? I do want to boost the viewership. It's more like I want these videos to find people who would enjoy the videos, and that's really what I'm trying to do. Finding ways to expand to people who would enjoy them already. You know, I am doing some things changing. I'm hoping that I'm becoming a better actor, and that, or maybe I'm better on the camera, that you guys are more enjoying watching me. You know, it depends though. I don't get nervous at all doing this, and I was just getting everything set up. Fortunately, I've got everything set up today on time. So we're getting there. 11 minutes, good enough. Let's take a look again. They're getting pretty good. So one more shake, and that should be good for them. Just shake them up. Good. And back in it goes. Another 11 minutes, and they'll be done. These really small ones are probably already done. Let's see. Well seasoned. Oh, yeah, that's good seasoning. That's good seasoning. All right. 10 minutes left. This is what I was waiting for. Oh, it's on there. I was in the store and I said, you know what? I deserve the good sour cream. Wasn't that much wasn't that much more expensive than Daisy. I'm not sure if you're familiar with sour cream, but Daisy is one of the cheaper brands in my area. Knudsen. It's just worth it. I don't eat the sour cream very much anyway. And of course, gotta get the Colby Jack cheese. The good cheese. It's actually really funny. I go to Costco usually every other week. Every other week to get stuff. I used to go every week. Not just too much time, and I wasn't getting. I didn't really need everything that I got from Costco every week. So we started doing kind of like an every other week most of the time, unless there's a special need to go to Costco for something. Usually, you don't need to go that often. So every other week to Costco. And it's funny, sometimes when I'm in Costco, they don't have this cheese. They don't have the Colby Jack cheese. So I must not be the only person who really likes this. I mean, I'll go in there, and they'll have the big block of cheddar, the mild or the medium, sometimes only the sharp. They'll always have a cheddar, almost always have a cheddar cheese in there, of some version. But sometimes I go there, this Colby Jack is 100% missing. Not a single block to be found. So I started stockpiling a bit on those times when it's absent. Alright, so you might remember last time what I did with the cheese. I took my cheese, my special, it's called the salad shooter. Great device, love the device. We're doing large amounts of cheese every day. I am using that thing. Where we go? But it was moved on me. But we're just a small amount of cheese I'm going to be grating for today. Mostly for myself, because Happy Healthy Daughter is avoiding cheese, and Happy Healthy Wife doesn't really like cheese that much. I'll use a standard cheese grater. I see it's a lot of cheese, right? That is a big, huge block of cheese. I want to keep it. Sorry, I'm looking for, I forgot where the knife was for a second. I know exactly how my cheese knife. So I do my cheese. We're going to cut right through the bag. I know most of you don't want to buy 2 pounds of cheese. That's about alright. You might rather have your... The reason why I do this one though is I just like this cheese really well. I mean, I have tried other cheeses, other Jack cheeses, but for some reason, I don't know what it is about this Colby Jack cheese from Costco. It's like the best cheese I've had. And this is what goes on the hamburgers. This is what goes in that cheese-getty, baked spaghetti recipe. This is what goes on chili. This is what goes in my empanadas, my chicken cheese. If I'm going to use cheese that I want to melt, it's this cheese, Colby Jack. I don't know why the Costco one, to me, is so much better than the others. I know last time when I was doing the beautiful, what was something I was doing? I was doing the beautiful pizza. I had a ton of cheese to grate. Oh yeah, that's mozzarella. It was pizza, it's mozzarella. Certain things will be mozzarella or ricotta cheese. Sometimes feta cheese, like shakshuka is a feta cheese dish. But if it's supposed to be American cheese, this stuff is hard to beat. Yeah. And I like my cheese grater, the other one, but since I don't need that much, again, happy healthy wife's not going to have any much. Happy healthy daughter's avoiding cheese while she is sick. I'm just going to grate some for myself. Now normally, I wouldn't be grating this for myself into a bowl like this, but what we got to do. We got to take the pictures for the thumbnails and for the community posts and all those posting. Oh yes. All those posts of food. Because I will admit, I did cheat. I don't have a picture of even though I have made, what's that dish called? Even though I have made eggs Benedict, and my son loves eggs Benedict, even though I make it at home, and we don't just eat at restaurants, I've not ever taken a picture of my eggs Benedict. I haven't ever taken a picture of it. So that one I cheated on my video this morning if you watched it. That wasn't my real eggs Benedict. Everything else is my food. All those pictures on the channel, it's all mine. It's all my food. I used to be an avid photographer. I love to take photographs. So I have a really nice camera for photographs. A really nice DSLR, back when DSLRs. Digital single lens reflex camera. Back when that was the camera to have, that used to be the one and only camera for good photos, for really good photos, for beautiful photos, DSLRs. And I used it, and I still love to use that DSLR. But now, and that's what I use for those food pictures. So in the beginning, you look at my earlier food pictures, it was all done on the cell phone camera. And if you look at my cell phone camera pictures, I think, well, maybe at least in my eyes, it has a different color profile. And it's unfortunate because the color profile is not a very good one. Okay, so we got the cheese ready, we got the sour cream ready. No, actually, we don't have the sour cream ready. Not a very good color profile. It didn't look very accurate. Let's put that accurate. They weren't accurate colors. They're mostly too yellow. Too yellow. So I noticed that because I would be editing the pictures. Because those aren't, the pictures that you see that I put online, those have been edited. Edited in terms of, I don't edit the food, I just edit the colors. What I edit usually is, I add some contrast, I add some brightness, and then sometimes I add a blur effect, crop it, and that goes up. That's how I change the picture. It's just edited slightly. Something, it's just slightly edited. They're still real pictures. But I found that the color composition, I'm trying to match the colors to what the colors really are. And I found that when I use my cell phone camera to take a picture of the food, it just didn't match as well. Or if you look at my videos that use a cell phone camera, almost every video on this channel has used a cell phone camera. There are only 3 videos that have not used my cell phone camera to record the video. The last 2 live streams, I'm using a mirrorless camera. It's a very nice camera. Oh, this is ready. So we'll wait a bit. It's 2 minutes faster than that one. because I keep shaking. Ah, so you take out shake. See the timers. This one's done faster because this one had 2 minutes left. Okay. So anyways, so we did that. The SLR. So the last 2 live streams, the main camera has been a really good quality camera. Now I want to upgrade this camera. I just went for cheap. I did cell phone. I was going to do the cell phone, but then it didn't work out so well, so I added. This is just a Logitech. The color scheme isn't the greatest. But that is still, that's pretty good. That orange cheese does look pretty orange. So the color is not bad, but if you want more authentic color, camera front has a better color. And if you look at the latest pepper salt shaker video that I did, like 2 or 3 videos back, if you can probably, if you look closely, I don't know, if you look really closely, you can probably tell the difference from when the camera is the high quality camera and when it is the cell phone camera. I'm sure you can probably tell the color difference from those 2 cameras. And it was always annoying when I was trying to edit the videos because my cell phone camera just wasn't good enough as a quality wise. But now I know, so I'm working with a new camera, so it's going to take some time to figure it out. Okay, so now that this one is done, and it's been done for like 10 minutes probably, and these ones are almost done. It's time to put stuff together and to get ready for pictures. Take these out. Probably cold enough to touch, not cold enough for me to eat. That's gonna. Let me see. Oh, the fries are done. Perfect. We need to them to the bed. So let me see. Do I want to use? Okay, this will look good for baked potato. I think it will. It'll be cute. Well, we'll try it. Well, this will be an experiment. We're going to use this plate for the baked potato chili version. Are we going to do triple? 3 plates? Since we're going to experiment, get baked potato, let's get chili cheese fries, and a bowl of chili. Bowl of chili. Now I have a special bowl that I use sometimes for the soup. There's one really good. I'll use this one. I said bowl, but you know what this really is? It's a teacup. But if there's one meal-fee recipe, or maybe 2 or 3, I can't remember. But I really wanted it to look good in the picture, so what I do with my soup, I put it in this bowl. That's my chili bowl. Oh, that's nice. It's like a side of chili. We have our chili cheese fries, or baked potato chili here. Got this. I got my sour cream ready to go. Well, not exactly. Let me get it ready to go. Yeah, food's done now. Just presenting and tasting. I'm just going to get a spoon here. Whenever you get sour cream, you do definitely want to stir it up. I got the small sour cream because I'm the only one who likes the sour cream. I think maybe Happy Healthy Daughter might like it. I don't think Happy Healthy Wife likes the sour cream much. But I like the sour cream. On my chili cheese fries, in my chili burrito. But you know what? I don't use this chili for chili burrito. It doesn't taste good. Only the canned chili. That is good for chili burrito. I have a recipe on that one, actually. Yeah, we keep warm oven. Woo, woo. We got one's hotter. Hold on. Woo. Woo, that was hot, hot, hot. There's beautiful baked potato now. Oh, I need a knife to cut it open. Let's see. Now let me figure out aesthetically which is going to look better. I mean, this is going to be the chili cheese fries, obviously, but I'm going to put this aside. That's Happy Healthy Wife's potato. Let's put Happy Healthy Wife's potato aside. There it is. There's her potato. There you go, honey. There's your beautifully cooked potato. Oh, they're not. camera over here. Oh, in fact, I was so much into cameras that one year, happy healthy wife, this was her gift to me. No, it's not an actual lens. It's actually a cup. This is like my cup. My cup. This is the cup I use. Right now, it's been soy milk because that's my morning drink. But whenever I'm drinking something, that one's my cup. Nobody else uses that cup. Anyway, let's get the potato ready for pictures. I want to line it up with the yellow. I think I do. Line it up with the yellow. Okay. So now I get to see how the pictures get designed. Because yes, it's all real food. My pictures, I do not use any I don't use any artificial foods. That's actually beautifully hot because you know what you can do? Yeah, it's soft. Beautifully done. Really good. You know what you do with beautifully hot baked potatoes? You put cheese in there and it's gonna melt. That's the best. So if I wasn't doing the chili, right now, I might put a little butter in there, but cheese. Close it up, cheese will melt. Open it back up, add the sour cream. I love that baked potato, just like that. Cheese, sour cream. I don't do chives, but I could. Well, let's get the chili ready. So, okay, there we go. So you need to, so here's the chili pot. So it's done. So now, so once it's done, it keeps warm. So it's still plugged in, so it's still keeping everything warm. So you could leave it on overnight. And it'd be warm when you got up in the morning. But let's see. So now, but you can see the button. Oh, you can't see it. Now you will. Now you can see my beautiful second camera. Oh, you see that red button? It's popped up. Oh, that was bad. The red button. Let me get you the good angle. It's popped up. So I'm going to flip my switch. The steam will come flying out. Right here, that's the steam holes. And this button will pop. It'll go down. The button had already popped. Yeah, you can see the steam a bit. If I moved it this way more, you can see the steam better. There, you can see the steam right here. So when the button pops down, I can open the lid. That means the pressure is no longer pressure. Yeah, so this chili recipe used to be an all-day chili recipe. I used to wake up in the morning and wanted chili that night. Put all the ingredients in. After I browned the ground beef and the onion, put everything in a crock pot, all the ingredients, stir it all up, slow cook it for 8 hours. And it does come out to be wonderful chili. Definitely, yes. I used to be a very big camera buff, very big. But then cell phones kind of took over that whole camera market. Now everybody has a camera. You know, we have point and shoots, we have DSLRs. I wanted beautiful photographs, especially for the young kids. When the kids were young, especially when the kids were young, I wanted beautiful photographs. So I definitely had wonderful cameras at my disposal just for that. Actually, the DSLR was a graduation gift when I got my master's degree. I got a DSLR. And so that's when we started on DSLR camera photography, and the cameras, the pictures from DSLR just look wonderful compared to others. Yeah, I wasn't fully sorry. Okay. Oh, you probably want to see what the chili looks like too, don't you? You hear that little bit of boom, a little bit of pop. Okay. Open the lid. There's the chili. And yes, that's going to keep warm until you unplug it. Actually, I think I hit the cancel button. And then I'll turn it off. But there's the chili. Give me a good look at that chili. You know what? I'll even give you a better look at the chili in a second. You know, I wish I had like a tripod for that thing. But it's a makeshift tripod. Why is it makeshift? Because I'm cheap. Although we did buy a very nice camera for videoing. But there it is. Okay, so now you can see chili coming up, yeah. You got the meat in there, the ground beef. It's usually turkey in my house, actually, because ground turkey is easy to come by when you buy it at Costco. But like I said, I forgot to defrost the turkey. I didn't want to defrost it. Plus, you got to see the great way I can filter out, degrease my ground beef. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Funny how all the tomatoes came to the top, huh? That looks like a big piece of garlic that I don't want in there. Take that out. Come on, come on, come on. There's a big piece of garlic. There it goes. All right. It's kind of bad. Okay, fine. I'll take it out. All right, so there's the beautiful chili. All right, let's continue with the plating part of today's experience. I mean, I like garlic, but I don't like a big chunk of garlic. All right, so the potato is on top. Since the chili is hot too, the cheese will melt. So that means I'll have to wait a bit. You know, I don't really want the grease, not the grease, the chili liquid for this picture, I think. All right, so okay. Some of it leaked off. Take that bean, put it up. Take these bits. Oh, okay, that's fine. Have it at the bottom. Okay, move the chili out again. Now you've seen the chili. Tomatoes. All right, now I'm gonna put the cheese on top. Let's see, nice and now. Let's see. That okay. Let's design the cheese a bit. It's gonna melt. I know. It will melt. Now, one thing I want is one of those blow torches. I don't know if you've seen one of those blow torches that you might have seen some chefs use. Oh, sadly, I need to spin this around. Because a better picture is going to be the yellow in the back and but this part of the baked potato. This is going to be the better part. Okay. Want to see some of the chili? You know, not just cheese on top. There we go. All right, what goes next? Sour cream. I was saying, I want one of those blow torches that you might have seen people use. Excuse me. So dollop of sour cream. So we're going to design that really nicely. Look, make it look nice. Oh yeah, there is a whole science if you want to go into it. About preparing food for picture. And some camera people use tricks. I don't use any of this. I mean things like, if you ever heard, let me see. What's one of the ones I've heard of? Because ice cream melts in the lights, they don't use ice cream. They don't use real ice cream. They have something else, and I can't remember what it is. That stands in for ice cream. Certain things melt under bright lights. My lights. Hot lights. My lights aren't hot. Oh, probably want to see the fries too, don't you? Let's take the fries out. Ah, nice and really crunchy and crispy. Still pretty hot. Not that hot though. Now here's why I need seasoning because if you look at the fry itself, it is really dry. How can I compare to? Okay, think about dried fruit. What dried fruit, right? You've had dried fruit before. Well, this is dried potato. That's really what I just made. Dried potatoes. Ooh, the spice in there, nice. A little bit of crispiness. This isn't getting too crispy. That plate's too big. Okay. I think I'll lay in the dishwasher. I don't use a huge bowl. Let's go. Okay, so now, that'd have been disaster. Those are going to the refrigerator soon. That's where we go. Boop. Oh, now you can see why it takes a long time. 3 minutes might have been a little too long this time. They're really good. Okay. I'm gonna plug this one. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now I still have 30 minutes. Or why it takes me longer. Oh, see the cheese is all melted now? I should probably add a little color. The wolfer color. To actually get food done when I'm recording. See, part of this job, or part of what I do, is I don't actually take the pictures after the food's ready. And you may remember, or you may have seen the preview picture, it's going to be very similar to what's about to happen here. Here's French fries. See the cheese go on top of the chili. Or chili cheese fries. I'm trying to think which is a better option. Well, let's do cheese first. Usually it's cheese on top of chili, isn't it? Not today. Not today. It's chili on top of cheese. Okay. Now I don't really want the juices. I'm kind of getting all the juices away, much as I can. Put that chili on top. You want to see the fries. You want to see the chili. Now, since I want to see the fries, add some more fries on the side. And add some sour cream. Oh, with some cheese on top. Yeah, so I get 2 plates for my taste today because that's just the way it is. Happy, healthy wife. Put your potato. Add some sour cream on. Oh, we're going to offset the sour cream. Oh. Rule of thirds. Sorry, if you about to know what rule of thirds is. Okay. I'm going to take a picture. Alright. So this can go away. That wasn't. Oh, I need the chili. Chili in 3 ways. One more way. One more way. Now see, this one I can use the juice. This one actually needs the juice. I'll get a serving. Let's go up the top. Okay, got some green, some red. It's got I'll bring it higher. A little more. A little more chili. Maybe make some top. Okay. There we go. I do want a little bit more of the juice in there, so grab a spoon. Okay. I still gotta figure out where to put those things. We got some juice. red pepper. Oh, that red pepper. We can all bright red, didn't it? Nice. Alrighto. So now I have 3 separate pictures to take. Put the cheese in the refrigerator. Camera. And so I really do hope the 3 camera system is working for you guys. You can see. I need to move this down. I do want to improve it. We'll get it improved eventually. Get a better camera over here. That one. This one. Yeah, as you can see. There we go. Got the baked potato. Yeah, that's a pretty nice picture. So that's the direction you are going to see it in the picture later. And I got the cup of chili. Going that way. Okay, so now he's going to actually modifying the plate a little bit. Getting off the off-white color. See the juice from the... Alright, that looks beautiful. I think it looks pretty good anyway. Let's take a picture. And we'll dine. Let's get that light in there. So do I need... I do not think I need... I do want, though, a flash. I'm assuming it's a flash. Oh, you might wonder, what is the flash doing for you? The lights are so bright. Yes, it's true. The lights are bright, but it's going to fill in the shadows. You can still look at the food from my camera. When I take it, you see some shadows. Let me see. Let me dial it in. I want to do the whole trio. So excuse me while I block your main camera. You can watch the side camera. You can see the flash. Okay. Actually, there. That's Sorry, people on the wrong side. It's funny. You can see I'm redesigning stuff around a bit. Moving things around. Maybe what I think would make a better picture. It's all artistic taste. Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we have it. There. Move other stuff out of the way so it's not in the shot. Again. So it might be hard for you to see. But if you look at the food directly, there's a shadow there. Look at the picture of the camera with the light flashing up. Shadow kind of down. Go again. Sour cream out of the way. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Now you take a look. Not really focused on that, is it? That's too bad. Well, you'll see it on the thumbnail. Or you'll see this version. Ah, shoot. I hit the camera again. How far did it move? chili in front. Beautiful. Okay, so now that we have the beautiful picture there, or we will have the beautiful picture. I wish I could share it up there. It'd be wonderful, but I cannot. Try it with the baked potato. Chili. Cheese. This is really what I wanted, was the baked potato version. The fried version was for happy healthy daughter because she uses for fries. Mm. Now that is comfort food for a hot day. Spices. You can still taste the spice on the potato too. Sour cream adds a nice little cooling effect. Cheese. It's all very good. Let's try just a chili just plain because I want to see. Did that roasted bell pepper? Did that change anything? There's another big chunk of garlic. Let's go. Let's go for it. Big chunk of garlic in this one. That big chunk of garlic. Oh, it's hard to see it. Okay, try this one. Still hot. I'm temperature. Hmm. So there, I can sense the red bell pepper flavor. The roasted red bell pepper flavor. It's in there. Otherwise. Didn't make a slight change. Roasted red bell, roasted red bell pepper. There is a slight change for that. Not too spicy. Ooh, wow. I can't be spicy. It's mild. It's a mild chili. Definitely a mild chili. It's not gonna burn your mouth. It's not gonna burn your throat. But it is very tasty. Oh, this is a chili that I grew up loving. Recently refound it. Mm. You got the flavors? Yeah. Even though it's in the crock pot. Even though it's in the pressure cooker, wasn't cooked all day, still has intense flavors as if it was cooked all day. You know, the spices completely got into everything because of the pressure. Cooked it very nicely, very well done, very tenderly cooked. It's very good. Yeah, so this chili, definitely the chili that I would cook on a cold night. Want some nice and warm, cook the chili. If you want, put in the crock pot in the morning, just let it cook all day. You'll smell it all day as you get ready for dinner. If you want to add a baked potato, add some fries, go ahead. Or just have it with some crackers or some Fritos, whatever you want to have it with. Some warmed up bread. Carve out a sourdough bowl, put it inside of that. This chili will satisfy all those needs. It's a very good chili. I thank you all for coming by and stopping by and watching me on a full-on making chili episode where we just sat here and made chili for you, and you heard a few stories about cooking that you may, or my life that you may or may not have wanted to hear, and that's fine. And I'm glad you all stopped by. Thank you for showing up, and I thank you for all being supportive, helping me out with my channel. You've all been very kind, generous, and I hope to see you again next time. I hope to see you again in the future. But for now, Hope you enjoyed my chili episode and maybe had some nice dinner for yourself prepared. Maybe preparing the chili for yourself tonight. I hope you enjoy it very much. And I will see you in the next video. Just check some, let's see, some last messages. Oh yeah, thank you, Just Cat Eye. Glad you're here too. Glad you enjoyed it. And we'll see you all on the next one. And you have to hit end. Boom.